He left me a note, starting fresh in the Maldives with someone new. Thanks, phone's off, credit cards drained, the $1.2 million art deal bag gone. Most people would crumble, cry, scream, call the police. I laughed, because he hadn't stolen money, he'd stolen bait. We met in Madrid 7 years ago. He was a bartender who quoted Neruda and made strangers feel seen. I was the quiet one at the end of the counter, finishing contracts while he polished glasses. He loved that I was disciplined, that I never slipped. He used to say I was a vault, impenetrable. He wasn't wrong. At first, we were fire. We built rituals, sunsets in the park, late-night drives with old jazz records, promises whispered into skin. I trusted him with the darkest parts of me, the fear of betrayal, the sting of abandonment. He promised he wasn't like the rest. He wasn't. He was worse. The cracks showed in Barcelona. He started staying out late, inventing excuses too sloppy to be lies. Receipts from hotels slipped into his jacket. His phone, once left open on the counter, now never left his pocket. The smell of another woman's perfume clung to him. I confronted him once. He smiled, kissed my forehead, and said, "You think too much." It was the perfect insult. Dismissive, intimate, cruel. I didn't ask again. I watched. When the art deal came through, a $1.2 million contract for a private client, I saw my opportunity. We met the broker in a tucked-away gallery near La Rambla. I negotiated, signed, collected the payment, a discreet leather bag filled with stacked notes, cleaner than blood money, heavier than gold. Afterward, I told him, "Hold this for me while I grab dinner." He didn't hesitate. He tucked it under his arm like it was already his. By morning, he was gone. What he didn't know, the bills weren't real. Every note in that bag was printed on security paper, watermarked and serialized for a police sting. Props for laundering cases. Legal to possess, illegal to pass. Worthless outside a courtroom. And in my private safe, locked beneath a different name, sat the real $1.2 million. I didn't chase him. I didn't call. I let him sweat. I let him live his fantasy in the Maldives, buying champagne and villas with paper ghosts. I imagined his lover's face when she realized her new life couldn't buy a coffee. I imagined his pride curdling into panic, his charm crumbling into rage. And still, I waited. Because revenge isn't just about ruin, it's about timing. 3 weeks later, he crawled back into Barcelona like a stray dog. No tan, no lover, no smile. Just debt collectors on his heels and a duffel of fake bills he couldn't dump without incriminating himself. He showed up at our old apartment. Same jacket, same smug tilt to his mouth, though his eyes flickered desperation. "I know what you did," he said. "You switched the money. You owe me." Oh, that word. As if betrayal had been business, not war. I let him talk. Let him rage. Let him spit about fairness, about how he deserved half of everything because he built this life with me. When he finally stopped, I slid a thin envelope across the table. No money, just photos. Him and her, hand in hand at the hotel. Him transferring funds from my accounts at 2 a.m. Him stuffing the bag into a suitcase, thinking he was clever. Evidence, timelines, bank statements, all neatly prepared for a prosecutor. His face drained. I leaned back and whispered, "Vaults don't just keep secrets, they keep receipts." The confrontation lasted less than 10 minutes. By the end, he wasn't bargaining, he was begging. He wanted me to forgive, to forget, to try again. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't curse. I simply laid out the choice. Leave the country tonight. Alone. No contact, no claims, no return. Or stay and watch me hand the file to the police, to the client, to his family. He left. Not to the Maldives this time. Somewhere smaller, darker, lonelier. I didn't care where. The real money closed the deal. The client satisfied. Mine in ashes. The circles he once charmed whispered about him now. Con artist, failure, ghost. His name erased from every door he once pried open with a smile. And me? I sleep. Deeply. Without doubt, without fear. Sometimes I think about that note he left me, his final flourish of arrogance. Starting fresh in the Maldives with someone new, thanks. He thought he was running with victory. He was running with counterfeit bills, straight into the jaws of his own stupidity. Some lessons don't land fast. They land heavy. They land slow. And when they do, they break you. I didn't need to chase him. I didn't need to destroy him. I just needed to let him destroy himself. That's the art of revenge. You don't paint the ending. You frame it.